What it do is the one and only original homie TMONEY Da Dalphia here with another one of them in my opinions, but actually it's factual, not always in my opinion. Here today, we still sticking on the topic of being Native American. Even though we don't stick on that because we already know who we are, we still live in our village on our original land today in 2024. We still practice some of the same rituals and treatings that we did before the Europeans came today in 2024 in our villages. Olage, Cecilia, Arnaville, Henderson, Cypress Island, Parks, Sunset, Grand Coteau, Leonville, Loreville, and I could keep going on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? These are all unincorporated land and Indian territory. We are the real native. We already knew. Like in my last video when I was telling you.
Land.
But this video, what I want to show y'all with patience is that we understand what happened with history. How, well, not everyone knows what happened with history because you have to use your brain on this one. It's simple. All the pyramids and the temples in America show the ancients who left their phenotype and did a description or depiction of them to look 98% like us. Dreads, bald heads, feathers, stuff like this, right? Over time, you've seen some become a little lighter due to explorations and invasions. Now, I don't want to start the timeline with the European history because that's all majority of the world know is his story. But we ain't going in his story. Let's talk about whenever the Asians came to South America, Brazil, and Central America, and the war of that time, right? And we beat them and conquered them and took their people in, okay? And in time, we bred with them. Now, anybody who knew Asians, Chinese, Japanese, they are Caucasians. They're Caucasian. So mixing with dark people going through a mulatto color looking person. Like today in Louisiana, some of these mulatto mutts thinking that they're race. Oh, we Creole. No, that's your culture. You are what you are. You're not Creole. You're just a mixture from slavery, from somebody raping somebody. You are a sexual experiment. You're a mixture. Somebody from this phenotype and gene prototype bred with somebody from another gene and phenoprototype and created you. You're not your own race. You know what I'm saying? Your DNA and biological structure is always going to show what you really are. So you just mix. Ain't nothing special about being mixed. So let's stop taking Creole and making it an individual vehicle. Like it's a own body. That's a culture. If that's the case, Haiti is the capital of Creole in the New World. That is the capital Creole country in the New World. So, and that's a predominant dark-skinned country. So now, you know, when you say Louisiana, just be Louisiano. I'm Louisianan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Louisianan. I'm Creole. My culture is Creole. I'm Louisianan. Same thing that happened back then. They mixed with our people, the same people today, and made you mix people, and then in time started separating the class because of that bloodline. We knew that people who had their bloodline is not of all the way our descendant, and they're capable of other traits. Because Asians, we all have different cultures. We don't eat the same, do the same. So if you sleep with an Asian girl right now today, your child gonna have your traits and his mama traits, or your traits and his father's traits. No matter what the culture is, it's gonna have the traits, and the traits is gonna come out the child. So even if it's black, it's gonna still do some Asiatic shit because it got Asian in them. Even though it's Asian, it's still gonna do some nigger or black shit because it got black in them. So you can't dialogue from what you are. That's what happened to you. You mix Indians or Mexicans, mixed Indians, you Mexicans, is because you are all dark skinned. It's on the walls, even in Brazil, but you got conquered by European, and we have it on Wikipedia with us, with our tribe. We was exiled from Tampico, Mexico, and came into Galveston, into Southwest Louisiana, and St. Martin Parish, where we own now. We was forced out because the Spaniards, not the Hispanic, the Spaniards who came from Europe, from Spain, from Caucasian and white people, they slaughtered and killed us and pushed us out. We was dark already. They mixed with some of us, creating some of you, making you light with that type of hair, and seating you as a seat of power. You know what I'm saying? A coalition, a seat of power. And this is how you became into power and migrated and populated. Same thing they did in Louisiana. The Passe Blanc community stick together. The Creole community stick together. If you light-skinned Creole, then you marry another light-skinned Creole so it could stay going and we gonna overpower. But you forgetting you originated and aboriginated from your grandmother and grandfather dark-skinned people. So you want to get rid of your history because there's that European shit in you that hate you. So let's look at this. I want to show y'all this right quick. It's one I want to show y'all. I'm going to get into a few other ones.
Is America stolen land?
No matter what your legends say, you didn't sprout from the plains like the spring grasses, and you didn't coalesce out of the ether. You came out of the Minnesota woodlands, armed to the teeth, and set upon your fellow. You
see, when he told him you didn't come out of the ether, he's talking about non-ether, meaning that you didn't come out of the darkness. You're not made from non-ether biochemical structure. You're not a non-ether being. You're not a pure melanated being. The white man telling that to the red Indian, which was a mixed Indian through slavery. He's not an original Indian. They're not the original. That's what the white man trying to tell him. Hey man, you never came from the ether. You never come. You're not the original people here. But watch how they gonna tell y'all how they stole the land. They both stole the land, right? Watch this.
Set upon your fellow man. You massacred the Kiowa, the Omaha, the Ponca, the Oto, and the Pawnee without mercy. And yet you claim the Black Hills.
So y'all kill our people who's supposed to be your ancestors today, like y'all show on the wall, with no mercy. The white man telling y'all, because watch this, the white man telling y'all what y'all did to the original people of the land with no mercy. And you want the white man to have mercy on you?
In the Black Hills is a private preserve bequeathed to you by the Great Spirit.
And who gave us the guns and powder to kill our enemies?
Ooh.
And who traded weapons to the Chippewa and others who drove us from our homes?
Ooh.
Keep sitting, Bull. The proposition that you were a piece of...
So now you see what I'm saying?
The appearance of the white man is the most fanciful legend.
So now y'all see what I'm saying?
Each other for hundreds of moons before...
The white man gave them... The white man gave them the ammunition and the power structure to destroy our native people. You could go and St. Martinville walls right now and see it's in the museum in St. Martin Parish. It's at the consolidated building on University in Lafayette. They painted them a little brown in Lafayette, but they still got some dark ones. They put them in the back. The original is the dark ones. They separated them. They made the light skinned ones go against the dark ones. And they gave them and funded them resources, weapons, food, military to destroy us, to take over and claim the land because they already submitted to colonization or democracy or whatever allegiance that was being pledged to them. Remember, they were already slaves that was bred into this world. That's why they light-skinned. The original people of America weren't light. They light-skinned because the first people that came bred with the original people and made them. By the time the white man came in 1700s, we was already...
people before the appearance of the white man is the most fanciful...
We was already multicolored.
Drove us from our home.
Keep sitting, Bull. The proposition that you were a peaceable people before the appearance of the white man is the most fanciful legend of all.
Ooh.
You were killing each other for hundreds of moons before the first white stepped foot on this continent. You conquered those tribes, lusting for their game and their lands, just as we have now conquered you for no less noble a cause.
This is your story of my people.
This is the truth, not legend.
Is America stolen land?
So now we see what's going on. It's two...
You didn't sprout from the plains.
It's two different entities going to war over the land that wasn't theirs. A treaty was made with the $5 Indian, and it was broken by the Europeans, but the $5 Indians was doing things out of contact because the Europeans didn't want all of that anyway. They didn't want all that war anyway. They wanted peace and just capitalize off the land. It's called capitalism. That's why we work for capital. They want to capitalize. They didn't want war. You know, war brings money, but that wasn't these Americans' ways. Because you have to understand, America was the slave of the British and the English at one time. They had to free themselves from the British and the English to become one people. So they was tired of war. They've been in war for 300-400 years. They ready to capitalize. But you know, this Indian or this person, this red man, this mixed person, portraying as an Indian, that the white man told him, you're not real. You know, You just did that and claimed it for yourself to claim the history of these people, but that's not who you are. And the Indian, the red man told him, but that's your history of my people. That's what y'all writing about us. Yeah, y'all all together writing history to block the true children of the land of TMONEY or Turtle Island, TMONEY, out of history. But we have it on the walls. Y'all have it in the museums. I'm going to show you. Y'all have it in the museums. Y'all have it on the walls. Y'all have it in stories. Y'all have us everywhere, right? This is y'all. This is not us. This is your account of us. You know what I'm saying?
Our Native
This is how
Americans from India.
This is
The
how
pre-Columbian
y'all draw us. Not me. I didn't draw this. I didn't draw these dark Indians. This is how y'all draw. This is how y'all draw us, not me. Yeah, she dark, look good. She not light. I want you to look good, good, good. Don't be buffooned by the light of that thing. Yeah, they dark skinned, man. And then the camera making them look lighter than that. I didn't draw this though. You know what I'm saying? You did. I didn't draw none of that. Y'all did, right? But wait. So you can't get mad at me because we know your history. We know your history. You can't get mad because we know your history. That's what y'all got on your walls. That's what's on the walls in Utah, the walls in Brazil, the walls in South America. That's what y'all got on your walls. That's what's painted in the temples and all that. We didn't do that. We ain't even been to Brazil, you dig? But that's what's painted, like, you dig? Our ancestors left it. And if y'all agree that the originals painted it, if y'all could agree that the originals painted these things, then they telling y'all who they are. If y'all could agree that TMONEY is the owner of Back Noya, then they're already telling y'all who it is. So you can't say I'm making this up and it's me when I'm living in the flesh, because I know our history not old, and y'all still gotta find. We already know who we are, man. Nobody told us. We knew already. I didn't draw these things, man. That's in the museum in Utah. You could go on the wall and look at that. They took that out the temples. Look, they took that out the temples in the mountains. Yeah, you could go look at that in the mountains. And they would tell you that's some Africans. Ha! Please. We ain't never heard about Africa till we got to school. We never knew what Africa was in this part of Louisiana because we were so renaissance from the rest of the world until the 80s. So you have to understand, the last Renaissance program was ducted to us in the 80s, and then they did a new one in 2012. We still being Renaissance, bro, to become Americans. Like we still moving behind. We still stuck in our original culture, bro. But I can't tell y'all nothing. So this is how, bro. This is how they trade history. They rewrote history. And that goes on not just with our history as Native Americans, but our history as being Hebrews, our history as being from Africa, because Africa is the mother continent. And that was never called Africa, but it was the mother continent. And we all come from there. So you got to understand, when the continents drifted, a lot of people was still in their non-ether state. They was still dark and brown and octoroon or rubenart color, kind of like me, kind of like copper or like a penny, Ruben. So that's why when you come to the Americans, we look like that already, a shine, like a penny, because we still in our non-ether form. We didn't evolve yet into whatever the next evolution is, only because we was raped, we was molested, we was raped, we was stripped, stolen, violated by invaders from other countries like Asia, like Eurasia, the European part of Asia, not Malaysia, but Eurasia, Europe, the Portuguese, like all these people invaded our lands. and raped our women and slept with us and changed us, our phenotypes. So, and when they changed our phenotype, they took the children of them, their children, and put them the forefront. That's like your mama getting with another man and they having a baby, and that man and your mama take that baby and spoil that baby, give them everything, and y'all been there but put y'all to the back. And that baby is the face of the family now, because that's his child. You feel what I'm saying? That they treat you like a stepchild, but you the original. I'm the original TMONEY Da Dalphia. I'm gone. I did my time. I just want to show y'all something, because all these people do is lie, and I'm tired of that. Even the ones that they trying to say that's the Indians is not the Indians. All they do is lie. All these people do is lie. All the Europeans do is lie. From history, everything. All they do is lie. Now you would think he's an Indian. He got Indian in him. He's not an Indian. He's not native. He's not non-ether. He have Indian in him, and he was placed there by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I bet you 90% of them come off the Indian Reserve. If you come off an Indian Reserve, you're not a pure Indian. You're reserving to become an Indian. You're being taught how to become an Indian. The same way they do with the refugees that's coming in from the Mexican border. When they accept them here, they send them to the Indian reserves across America, whether it's Texas, South California, or Louisiana, and they let you gotta stay there, be registered, and be grafted in as an American citizen by that embassy, saying that you're a native through that bureau. True story is you're not a native, not to this land. So if you coming from Mexico or Guatemala or anywhere else in the south of the Americans, and you coming through our reserves that was built by the feds to identify you as a North American Indian or a Louisianan Indian, then you are just as guilty as these crackers. You are just as fraud, and you deserve your punishment as well as these crackers. You need to be destroyed as well as these crackers for creating the history. The same way y'all was fussing on this tape is the same way we gonna have y'all clashing again.
I'm talking here on the black.
So to all my people who feeling it, I need y'all to understand we here, man. We ain't got to stunt. We ain't got to play. Mardi Gras Indians, we here. But one thing about you Mardi Gras Indians, y'all losing your history. Y'all thinking y'all imitating a history from a people. Y'all only imitating your ancestors' history. Stop saying that, well, we dress up like the Indians. No, we dress up like our ancestors for Mardi Gras. We are the Indians. When you say that, you saying that you stealing somebody else's culture. No, man, that's your culture. That culture been there before the Europeans came, and we got pictures and proof to show it in the museum. The Indians was dark. We here. We been doing that in Jackson Square or Congo Square. We been doing that. But these children today dressing up as Mardi Gras Indians in New Orleans don't know their history. Want to say, I want to dress like an Indian because, no, man, you are an Indian. You a native Indian to Louisiana. I can't speak about the Indians of Florida. I can't, and I know they dark. A lot of us, because we was all in the tribe. I can't speak about the ones in Alaska, Nebraska, California, Brazil. I can't speak about them. They left pictures of how they look. We see, and they favor us. So a lot of these people in the land today, we could admit y'all the children of them, but y'all not the real people. We more real to them people than y'all. We more solid bloodline to them people on the wall than y'all. That's why we claim it. We know who we are, especially in South Louisiana. So don't come over here and start lying. Let's poke honest. And start lying. See how they try to start shifting them from black to making them look Asian and Mexican? Look. So say when it first started. That's a lie, man. That's a lie. That's not what that. And Pocahontas is real. Pocahontas is a real person. She was a real person, and she was dark skinned. They got pictures of the real Pocahontas and her daddy. Dark skinned, man. Black people. Black people. But y'all would say, well, no, they brown, they look like Mexicans. No, they black, man. They just push the Mexican to y'all to make y'all think that. No, man. They black, bro. They black, bro. I'm sorry.
Disrespect.
What you would call black. I'm the original TMONEY. That's my time. Peace, love, and happiness. May y'all be guided. I'm in my own spirit, and we doing it like that. Peace.